Angola current affairs on the RNA International, and today we are focusing on the International Literacy Day. Today is a day of reflection, of course. We have to think about literacy and those who are being literated. Well, I have a guest on the program, that is Daniel Salomo, who is going to introduce himself. Hello, sir. Welcome to the program.
Hello, thank you very much. My name is Daniel Salomel, a teacher and a writer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are a teacher and a writer at the same time.
Yes. I
Okay.
am.
What do you know about the International Literacy Day?
Well, before talking about the International Literacy Day, we have first to know what is literacy.
Okay. You're right.
Literacy is the ability of writing and reading. This is the definition of literacy: writing and reading. Actually, this day is celebrated on the 8th. Okay, it's yours, book.
Yeah,
On the 8th September, to our people around the world, or to our people in the global community, by knowing the importance of literacy for all people all over the globe. First, this day is also aimed at pushing for more a centered effort toward the development, establishment, and maintenance and uplifting of literacy society. Actually,
So what is it? A literacy society. What is it?
literacy society is a society where we will find people
Who are literate?
who are literate. And being literate is not only, if God brought the definition of literacy, is not.
It doesn't mean that you only have to know how to write and how to read. Yeah, you get closer to the
Okay,
microphone.
thank you very much. You were saying, I didn't get well your question.
Yeah, what is it? A literate society? Like, can you explain that?
Okay, literate society is a society, is a society where we find people who, apart from knowing how to read, they think ahead. They interpret things around them, and apart from interpreting things around them, they also try to boost their culture, giving lights to all the aspects within the culture, within his society, which is not so spoken. And then,
So you mean interpretation is important in literacy?
of course it is. Of course it is.
The way people interpret things can also affect the things, I think.
Affect and change it automatically. If you are a literate person, actually you have a critical thinking of the things. You try to analyze the thing and try to tell something in opposite way of how it is seen.
Okay.
That's being literate.
So you mean you see it the way people see it, and then you interpret it in your own way.
When on your own way, and bringing a sort of aspect idea would may make people listen to you and shake head like, no, it should be exactly like this, not the way we are just thinking it. That is being literate, and literacy has to do with it. Not only, if we go shorter in
Not
terms
only
of definition,
learning to read and
Not-
write.
of course, not all this. Because if we want to build a society, if we want to build a society where everybody participate with something, we have to know how to interpret things in this. Actually, people are the ones who make society. Okay. There is no society without people.
Yeah.
And
society is a group of people.
of course, and to build, I mean, to invest on people which actually think on developing his community, we have to give opportunity to people who want to build schools. Want to build school is within school where we are going to learn the critical side of doing things, of telling people about how they could probably change themselves in terms of thinking. We want to spark someone's brain of how he sees the things around him. We have actually boost him, take him to school, and also the father at home, our parents at home have also an deep duty in terms of our development in terms of literacy.
Okay. But tell us about literacy in Angola. What do you know about literacy in Angola? Is there anything being done in order to literate most of the literate people we have here?
Actually, there are things being done, but not a lot.
Do you think it's not enough?
That is not enough. That's not enough because we still have to work a lot. There are a lot of illiterate people in Angola. That's not because they don't want to be literated. They want, but they don't have access to schools. First,
Having the opportunity to be literated.
of course,
Okay.
they don't have it, and they should at least have it. And for that, more schools should be built. More schools should be built, and those who are out of education system, they should be given opportunity to be in there. If we open doors of opportunities for those illiterate people to be literate, and those who are literated, we train them to think, to have a critical thinking. It should make our country in terms of being seen different and going to be more developed than it is. Okay? Because who develop a country is people who are literated.
Okay.
Because of their thinking.
But as a teacher, what has been your role in literating the illiterate?
As a teacher, actually, my role has been so broad. It's been so broad. First, I make my students read every single day, and I'm the first one bring a piece of paper for them, my own writing to them to read. But reading it is not enough. They have to explain me what they have understood for the reading they've done there. Okay, and try to contextualize what they have read to the real. To
contextualize it means to
bring
think
it
critically.
Of course, okay, of course. They contextualize it and try to bring the critical aspect on it and comparing it to their real life. That's what I'd like to say. To bring it to all of, because that is not all enough reading, okay. But you have to know what you have read. And come to also have a capacity of
to understand
and try also to bring something new from what you have read, and also if possible try to go against the writer. That is the way we develop our mind, and that's the way we try to bring try to bring something new to the society.
Okay. This year's, what is the main subject for this year's Literacy Day? Do you know about that?
The main subject for this day, actually for this year, is transforming literacy learning spaces. Okay. That is the subject. And on this, the objective here is to ensure high standard quality and inclusive educational for all. We still have this limited number of people who, as I've already said, who still have looking for opportunity to be in an educational system. Okay, and then the objective is to open these small access people have to broad opportunities, so that all we can build a society with the more literate people,
citizens. Yeah.
Okay, and
So it means if we educate the citizens, we can close all the jails or all the prisons.
of course, I agree with this statement, because we first have to be in a democratic country.
But we are already a democratic country.
Sure?
Yes.
No, we are not.
Our country is a country ruled by the law.
In terms of paper, but are those laws real obeyed by those who design it?
Well, that's
another question.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, this is the following: if we have more literate people, we are going to have different way of looking at things first, and those literate people, they are going to bring different thinking and
different paradigms.
Of course, and we have to be ready to accept that. We have to be ready to accept it. Actually, if we don't accept different ideas, different opinions from those who have a broad vision of things they've been seeing, actually they are going to end up being all in prison. And that is what has been happening in our country. We know things is going bad. You have to have this capacity to say that things is going bad and we are going to turn it that way. And for that, you have to read. And reading there, we are going further, saying that is not reading only, interpreting, analyzing, and looking the way things is going on, and see, no, according to what I've read, and the way I see things working, that's not the way it should be working. I have to turn it this way. But for that, I have to go out and tell people.
Yeah, but governing is not easy, really.
Of
There
course.
are priorities in every nation.
Of course, it isn't easy, and there is a priority. But we have, the first thing, if we want to change this paradigm, is to hear people. We don't change when we think that we have to do things on our way. We have to listen to people, try to analyze what people are
to get new
saying,
ideas and so on and so forth.
through analyzing what other people are saying, we are going to get new ideas.
Yeah.
And it's from this new idea which is going to come the opportunity of we who design laws and other aspects to say, no, let now try this to know how things going on, how things going to be. If we give opportunity to people who coming out
From outside the country.
coming out and trying to manifest, we are going to know that here we need something new. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, the government is still doing something to improve the situation in terms of literacy, because we have schools being built all over the country.
Are those schools with teachers? Enough teachers? Let me say.
Yeah, because
with enough teachers, we still have many schools built actually just to show the international community that we're building school, we're betting on the future of our young people. But deep inside, if you go read to those schools, we still have
A long way to go.
problems and a long way to go in terms of teachers. And most of teachers who are in those schools are trained in the area they're teaching. Of course not.
Okay.
We have few teachers.
So they should go to ISED. That's what you mean?
We don't have only said.
Yeah, you
Okay.
have some other institutions.
We still have other institutions. But because of having people over there, okay, and as number of unemployed people still high,
Yeah, it's going up and up.
we actually
I think
we
the
give
world over, and unemployment is growing, in the whole world, not only in Angola.
actually not, but the number according to the rate here, where we need to develop, because the education is the key element. And if we want to educate people, we have to put the right people in this field. Now, I've been going to some school observing teachers, and most of them, for example, in my field of expertise, I've been talking to many teachers who've been saying, no, this is not my field of expertise. I'm just here because of bread.
Oh,
Okay, because of bread.
and that's not
And
good.
that is the opportunity I had. And even when I was...
Is that correct?
It isn't, of course.
Okay.
Okay. But they won't. For example, they were trained in psychology, but they're teaching English, they're teaching geography,
Oh,
they're
wow.
teaching geography. But what is behind this? That is the question. What is behind this?
Yeah, but what is the
Opportunity.
Ministry of Education doing in order to prevent this, or in order to, to end with this problem? Because this is a big problem.
I guarantee you, nothing.
Nothing.
Because
So what do you
they are
think,
the own-
in
they-
your view,
they-
in your
they-
view, what should they do? Should they act in order to clean the system with all these people who have not been trained as teachers, but still make them all self-entitled teachers?
Actually, everybody wants opportunity.
Yeah.
A job opportunity.
In a society,
In a
it's
society.
like that.
Okay. Now, the Ministry of Education are the ones who got the old document coming from us who want your opportunity in this field. We have strictly analyze those documents and try to give opportunity for those who are trained first in this field, and the second, try to give opportunity for those who our education system do not education system do not have those courses. If we try to assess people who are applying for a job,
So you mean you should give more access to people
who are trained in the field.
So which means anyone who has been trained as a teacher is the priority.
Of course. And it should be like this around the world. Okay?
So for a long time it should be like this.
Yeah. But here it isn't like this because
Is it the lack of political will or the lack of resources, human resources? Because we also lack teachers in the country.
we don't.
They recruited
we don't-
some 7,000 or more than 7,000 teachers this year.
I know most of them have paid to be in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they are teachers because they don't have that opportunity. And I know also some who haven't trained, they haven't taken at the set, and they are
teaching.
there. But if you ask them how you are there, when I have document that prove that I was trained, that said, they say no, I have made some business here.
So in this case, how do you characterize our education system?
It's still bad. It's still bad.
Was it accepted by UNESCO already, or we still have a long way to go regarding that?
We still have long way to go.
Mhm.
It wasn't accepted. We are struggling to be accepted.
So what is
And
the?
we train a few people who are ready for new challenges in our country.
So which means we should bring the academy closer to the society.
Of course, we should do this, and doing this. Actually, we have to give to open opportunity where first the main sources, which is book, is available for everyone
For free.
for free
Okay.
for a while for free, and try to educate people. Start reading. We
Because-
don't read because we lack motivation.
Yeah,
First.
but building the society is building the person himself, isn't that?
Yeah. Building the society is actually building the person himself.
So which
But-
means the education system should have some quality, should be the best one.
That's why the subject this year is saying that we have to ensure high standard quality, which include education for everyone.
Okay, for all.
Okay.
But we have this problem in the country and in the world.
We
as
have.
well.
It's
Education for
For
all.
everyone. But here in Angola, is education for everyone? No. Here, education has to be with the power. You have to have a power.
So that
And the
is
power
money.
has to do with money.
Yeah.
When you don't have money,
So you
you
mean
don't start. Look, in a
is
public school,
education
in a public
costly
school,
in Angola? Is education costly? Does it cost a lot?
of course
Is
it
it very,
is.
very expensive?
I've enrolled my brother in a public school, in state schools, and I had to pay. They pay for them to be there.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and it's free.
Mm-hmm.
And I just
So
there
which
is
means
some
the
money.
law should also be enforced in this sense.
Yes, that's why we need some changes. We really need some changes because, okay, in terms of paper, it's there. The school is free.
In actuality or in action,
In action, it isn't. You
Okay.
pay. They ask you for money. Otherwise, you don't have opportunity to be there.
oh, jeez.
And it is not cheap. It's expensive. Okay, to be there. I paid for one of my brother $100,000 KZ for him to be at Pascual Valo, because here at Nede were asking more, the money was higher than there.
Wow.
Look, and if of course for those who don't have that money, they are going to wait for opportunity at least of enrolling them their children at private schools
Schools, yeah.
and start paying fees. And even if it's not lower, it's high.
Wow.
It's just another problem we have to fight against.
Okay. So you mean we don't have a lot of teachers in the country? Aren't we?
I don't mean that. Actually, we have a lot of teachers and good teachers.
Are they enough?
And
Is the number enough?
the number will never be enough, since we everyday people everyday we there are people burning. Okay.
Oh yeah.
The number will never be enough. We have teachers now, they are going to die, and we have to train other teachers, and life is going to go like this.
So it's a process.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Now,
From generation to generation.
okay. Actually, we have a lot unemployed teachers.
Unemployed teachers.
Yeah.
So the country needs teachers. Why can't they apply for a job like as a teacher?
They
It
make-
means it's also their problem.
They make it difficult for
Who
them.
makes it difficult? Do you think?
Government.
No, I don't think so.
the government. Because why do I say that? I say
Do you think
that
the Ministry of Education is doing that?
because they don't check. If they should stay.
So the inspection,
if
you
they-
mean the inspection should be working
Yeah.
properly?
They are going, even the expression are corrupted. You know why? Because the head are in their offices.
The headmasters.
Are in their offices. If they leave their offices and go out to observe the inspectors and other teachers, I bet things going to change immediately.
Okay.
That's what's missing. We have everything to see this country different, but why it isn't so far different? That because we still having we are still stable staying in offices
But
rather than going out and try to work there, checking, observing how things is going. Like once the former president of Brazil, Dilma Rousseff, did. He put just
When she was in power.
Yeah. She used the customer and went out. Even his God, haven't seen her, went out and started observing how things was going on. And when she came back, on the other day, he fired out those people. He said, "No, I went out and things was not working the way I was expecting should be working." And here, if someone does it, you'll see changes. And no one here is going to send his children abroad to start. We'll prefer his children start here in his motherland because now education.
It should be better.
Because
it should be better.
What makes us send our children abroad is what? Education.
Yeah, the quality. That's
education. And when you talk about education, automatically you're analyzing the quality this education brings. Look, you go to school, you start building critical. You start training critical children who don't all accept what they hear. Okay, those who hear, analyze, and try to give their opinion. No, try to give their opinion.
But that's for change.
At our school, when you are notes that doing this, you start be fired out for your colleagues.
So they start looking at you badly.
Of course, they say no. These children are stupid, are fool. You can't be doing that. They won't achieve what you need them to achieve. They want to succeed on this. Just give a lesson and go home.
So that's not enough.
That's what they say. Because they don't want us to develop in terms of thinking. And that is the same thing who Portuguese did here in our country. They told us that...
You mean the colonizers?
Yeah, the settlers, the colonizers. They told us the following. Look, and I wrote it in Leopold rules of ruling us here in the country. They said, look, teach them how to read and how to write, but thinking.
So,
you know, that's why I told you, literacy is not only about writing and reading. Because if we take into account writing and reading, we are going to conclude that is the same thing we're taught from colonizers, just to limitate us, not to fight them out. So and those who had the opportunity to start, those who had the opportunity to spark.
Don't you think critical thinking can bring troubles?
No, don't bring trouble. Bring good changes. Bring good changes.
Okay.
Everybody when want to be seen differently has to accept critics. I know you are good in what you've been doing, right? But still, you are going to boost yourself like, yo, I'm good. Nobody is above me in what I do. No, you have to give opportunity for someone to observe you and say, no, you are doing it, you're performing well, but here you have to do things that way. When you give opportunity to those guys and they tell you what you have to do and you try to do that, you are going to realize that what you have done actually was missing something bright. What you have applied now. No, oh, I haven't thought until then. Now, as I did it, I'm feeling more comfortable in what I'm doing rather than the way I was doing. Not that it doesn't mean that I was doing it badly, but I have improved it far more.
Okay.
That's what we need. That is a critical thinking.
Yeah, but literacy means to build a human being, to be a real human being, isn't that?
Of course. But what really human being means? That is exactly.
That's another question. Then we're going to
And
another field of knowledge.
In terms of activities, we don't actually open activity. Actually, schools should conduct activities that spark student mind and critical thinking, as I was saying. For example, giving them essay writing activities.
Which helps them develop in terms of argument and so
thinking.
forth. Yeah.
We lack argument. We are at university, but yet we can't give an argument and in anything. We just a kind of person of hearing and saying, okay. No.
So whatever teacher says, you say just say okay.
In my tests, I don't like okay. I formulate open questions. And you have some time to quote, to give me the sources. You have to tell me your thinking, not what I teach you. Colonizer in our country did that and that.
Well, in a few minutes we'll be closing.
Okay.
Can you give me your final remarks about this day we are celebrating, we are celebrating the International Literacy Day. What exactly can you say to the students? Because